Ms. Noel, if you could for me, please unmute yourself. The judge is about to come out. Same thing for you, Ms. Noel. Please unmute yourself. The judge is about to come out for me. Unmute yourself, Mr. Noel. You have to press unmute. Press the microphone button on your phone.
Okay. I got it. It didn't show up on my phone. Okay, thank you.
Wait right here, please.
Good morning. This is call number 2021-11015 in the interest of Alyssa Tanya Noel. All parties and witnesses, please raise your right hands to be sworn. Mr. Noel, raise your right hand to be sworn. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the child.
Alexandra D. Noel, mother.
Sir, your name and your relationship to the child. Sir, your name and your relationship. All right. And for the state?
Angela Jeffries for the Office of the Attorney General, Your Honor.
What are we doing today, Ms. Jeffries?
Yes, Your Honor, the parties are married, but it is my understanding that Mr. Noel is seeking DNA testing.
Is there any possibility, Ms. Noel, that he's not the father?
No,
Has he ever said before that he's not the father?
no, he's doing it because he don't want to pay back child support. So it's a punishment.
Well, he's going to pay back child support no matter what, even if we do DNA testing, so it's not going to help him any. Mr. Noel, you don't think that's your child?
I just
I'm sorry?
there has been some infidelity in the marriage. I said I want to be 100% sure because there has been infidelity in the marriage.
Yeah, you.
All right, well, let's just do the DNA testing because that's his back child support just going to add up. So we don't have to hear about it anymore. DNA testing is ordered. Case is reset. To what date?
October 19th of 2021, Your Honor.
Okay, case is reset to October 19th, 2021. Thank you.
Mr. and Mrs. Noel, could you please log back into that other Zoom and get your paternity test in order, please?
Okay, so hang up and do the original one we was on.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Oop, July 29th. All right, this is cause number 2021-10116 in the interest of Joel and Ramon Mijares. All parties and witnesses, please raise your right hands to be sworn. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And unmute yourself. Unmute yourself, Mr. Mijares. Raise your right hand. Right hand. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the child.
Alexa Cortina. I am the mother.
Okay, and sir, your name and your relationship to the children.
David Mijares, I'm the father.
All right, and for the state?
Angela Jeffries for the Office of the Attorney General, Your Honor.
And we have an original petition. Suit affecting the parent-child relationship with an AOP.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and we're having a hearing. Do we have any stipulations?
Yes, Your Honor, we do.
All right, let's read those into the record then.
Yes, Your Honor, the parties have stipulated that the child support be $266
I'm
September
sure.
1st.
I'm sorry, you broke up. What did you say again?
The parties have stipulated, Your Honor, that the child support shall be $266 beginning September 1st of 2021. Parties have also stipulated that the medical support will be $75 beginning September 1st of 2021. Parties have stipulated that the retroactive amount shall be $1,596 for a period of February 2020 till today. And payout on that amount shall be $100 per month, also beginning September 1st of 2021. Parties have also stipulated that Mr. Mijares will pay the court costs as billed. And the parties have also stipulated that Ms. Cortina will agree to a geographical restriction to Harris County and contiguous counties, Your Honor.
And so what are the issues?
The issues before the court, Your Honor, is conservatorship, visitation, non-disclosure of the non-custodial parent or the custodial parent's address, and whether there will be a FBI finding or family violence finding in this case.
All right, let's proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state calls Alexia Alexandra Cortina. Ms. Cortina, can you please state your name for the record?
What was that?
Please state your name for the record, ma'am.
Alexa Cortina.
All right. And how many children do you have, Ms. Cortina?
2.
All right. And what are your two children's names?
My children's name, full name,
Full names, ma'am.
Jolie Clarissa Marie Mijares. My son's name is Ramon Omar Mijares.
Okay. And how old are your two children, ma'am?
Jolie is 2 and Ramon is 1.
Okay. And who is the father of your two children, ma'am?
David Omar Mijares.
Okay. Now, as far as your relationship with Mr. Mijares, how would you describe your relationship?
At this point, there's no relationship.
Okay. With the day-to-day decision making regarding these children, who usually makes these decisions, ma'am?
I do.
Okay. And where do your two children currently reside right now?
With me.
Okay. If you needed to contact Mr. Mijares regarding the children, how would you contact him?
His mother.
Okay. In the past, who has made decisions regarding your children?
Me.
Okay. If this court was to order you to co-parent with Mr. Mijares, do you believe you can co-parent with him at this time?
Yes, but I would need someone to be there with me. I don't believe that I could do this by myself.
Oh,
Like
I
just
can't.
me and him.
I can't see you, ma'am. You have.
It's because with this phone I could barely hear. That's why I have my ear on the microphone.
All right.
All right. And you said you wouldn't feel safe visiting by yourself.
No, I would not feel safe.
Okay. And why would you not feel safe being in the presence of Mr. Mijares?
Because he's threatened my life and my kid's life.
Okay. In the last 2 years, ma'am, has there been a family violence between you and Mr. Mijares?
Yes.
Okay. And what was the last incident of family violence in the last 2 years, ma'am?
Which was the last time with July 18th of this year.
And what happened in that incident on July 18th?
And the report it said where he was choking me and I wasn't able to breathe. He choked me so hard that the blood vessels in my face bursted and my eyes were full of blood. My
Okay.
children were there as well. My kids are traumatized. Jolie would not go to sleep unless I lock the door or she locks the door. My kids wake up every night screaming and crying, making sure that I'm next to them.
Okay. Was Mr. Mijares arrested for that, ma'am?
Yes, he was.
Okay. And to your knowledge, is he facing criminal charges because of that incident?
Well, they let him out the next day, so I don't know what is that gonna do. And I do have a restrainer as of right now, but I don't believe that will help anything.
Okay. Does the restraining order include your kids or is it just for you?
I don't know because they gave him the restraining order when he was in jail. All they did was call me and let me know that that he had a restraining order, that the judge made him sign paperwork saying that, letting him know that he had a restraining order.
Okay.
But I didn't get the details of everything.
Okay, so based on the incident that happened in July, do you think it's in the best interest that you would be the only parent to make decisions regarding your children?
Yes.
Okay. Now, when was the last time Mr. Mejidas visited with his?
Which that day was the last day,
Okay. And
July 18th.
if the court ordered overnight visitation, then without anybody else being there with two children, would you be okay with that?
I will not be okay with that.
Okay. And what type of visitation do you think the court should order in this instance if visitation should occur?
Like I know mom, I don't know what it's called exactly, but mom was telling me that we can go to like a facility where someone watches him with the children.
Mhm.
I think that would be the best for now.
Okay. And how would you describe their relationship with their father right now? Your children's relationship with their. I'm sorry. Let me strike that. I'm going to react to that. How would you describe the non-custodial parent relationship, Mr. Mejidas, with his children?
Um, I don't want to say he's not a good father, but there's things he's done in front of the kids or like said to the kids that I I don't really trust him alone with them.
Mhm.
But I if I was to ask him for help with them, I know he would.
Okay. Um, do you believe if Mr. Mejidas had your address, it would cause you harm or harassment?
Yes.
Okay. And so based on that, does he know where you live right now, ma'am?
Yes, I'm in the process of moving.
Okay. Do you believe if you moved, it would cause you harm or harassment in the future?
No, as long as he doesn't know where I'm staying.
Okay. Um, and then based on the family violence that occurred in July, are you asking this court to fine for family violence in this case?
Yes.
Okay. And do you believe that it's in the best interest that you be the only parent making decisions regarding your children?
Yes.
Okay. And you also believe it's in the best interest of the children that visitation occur at a facility where they're monitored?
Yes, ma'am.
I have nothing further for this witness, and I pass the witness.
Ms. Cortina, you heard the agreements that Ms. Jeffries spoke about at the beginning of this hearing.
What was that?
Did you hear the agreements that Ms.
Yes, I
Jeffries?
did.
And are those your agreements so far?
Yes, ma'am. I mean, yes, sir. Sorry.
All right. Besides July 18th, 2021, has there been previous incidences of family violence or domestic violence?
Yes, there has. And
Uh,
the cops were caught as well, but nothing was ever done. Or he was never arrested. This was the first time that he's actually been arrested for this.
how many times has there been previous incidents of family violence?
2.
And when were they besides the one in July?
I can't. Can I give a month? I'm not sure the exact date.
Do you know the month and year?
Yes.
Can you tell me?
Let me get my other phone because I have actual dates. Let me. Where's my phone? Is it dead? Wait, gorda. This call. Give me a second. I'm pulling up dates. Father's Day. I'm not sure when Father's Day was of this year, but that day it occurred. He showed up to my house intoxicated.
And the other time?
Now Father's Day 2021. And the other day You need to be quiet. Take him over there. That's the only thing I actually have. And the cops did show up that time, but they just escorted him out of my house. The other one when I was still pregnant with the baby, but I don't have an exact date for that one.
Sometime in 2019.
Yes, sir.
All right. And what happened then? When you were pregnant?
Yes.
What happened?
Well, he was always intoxicated, so that was always the issue. He would find a reason to fight with me and just hit me. So, and it happened multiple times, like other times before that, but I couldn't give a date for all the other times. But his mom was present in those times.
All right. Mr. Mijares, do you have any questions for Miss Cortina?
No, sir.
All right. Ms. Jeffries?
Thank you. The state calls David Omar Mijares. Mr. Mijares, can you state your full name for the record, sir?
David Omar Mijares.
All right. And how many children do you have, sir?
That's who, ma'am.
All right. And what are your two children's names, sir?
Jolie Clarissa Marie Mijares. David Omar. I'm sorry. Ramon Omar Mijares.
Okay. And you heard me read the stipulations into the record. That's so far what you agreed to, is that correct?
Ma'am?
Regarding the child support and the medical support, you heard those stipulations. That's what you so far agreed to up until this point. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, as far as your relationship with Ms. Cortina, how would you describe your relationship with her, sir?
Got nothing going on.
If you needed to speak to Ms. Cortina about the children, how would you communicate with her?
Sometimes through my mother, or sometimes with a brother-in-law.
Okay. So in the past, who has made decisions regarding two children, the day-to-day decision making?
She did.
Okay. And so in this case, do you think that the court should order that you make decisions together, or that she make decisions alone regarding the children?
They both take decisions together.
Okay. And in the past, have you guys been able to co-parent successfully?
Yes, we have.
Okay. Do you know where either of your child's primary care physician is?
Wait, who's primary care physician?
Do you know who's your children's primary care physician? Who's their doctor?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Do you know where they go to school or daycare?
So far they don't go to school or daycare. Okay. That I know of. I know school, no, but I don't know about daycare.
Okay. Now, you heard that Ms. Cortina testified that there was an incident in July 18th of 2021. Were you arrested on July 18th of 2021?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. And what charges did you face for the arrest on July 18th of 2001, sir?
Aggravated assault with attempt breathing, something like that.
Okay. And are you still facing pending charges for that incident, sir?
Yes, I got on a $25,000 bond.
Okay. And with that being taken into consideration, you still think that you could co-parent with Ms. Cortina?
I believe so, but I don't think that in her end it's gonna be possible.
Okay. When's the last time you saw children, sir?
The 18th from
Okay. And was that when you and Ms. Cortina were living in the same household?
we didn't live together. She had her place and I stayed right here. We both had different locations.
Okay. And so for visitation, what type of visitation were you doing for the children?
I would pick them up every weekend, or if I'm not busy, it'll be every other weekend. and I'll pick them up on the weekend and I'll give them back to her like on a Sunday night.
Okay. And did those visits go smooth? No issues during those visits?
Yeah, I mean, pretty like it went well. I picked up the kids and I just returned them.
Okay. And how would you describe your relationship with your two children, sir?
Um, we have a pretty good bond. My kids get excited when they.
Okay. So what type of visitation do you think would be appropriate in this case?
As far as how we had it going on, like every other weekend or every weekend, for me to be able to pick them up.
Okay. Now, you also heard that she testified that to her knowledge, there's a restraining order in this case. Were you aware that there's a restraining order involving Ms. Cortina?
Yes, the state did.
Okay. And to your knowledge, does that restraining order mean that you can't also come in contact with your children? Do you know?
Yeah, I'm able to have contact with my kids, but as far as right now, due to the restriction, I can't have contact with her because I'm gonna violate I'm gonna violate the court restrictions, which means that they will revoke my bond and they'll take me back in.
And I'm sorry, Your Honor, I just want to clarify. Are you saying you can't contact just the custodial parent, but you can contact the children? Is that correct, sir?
I could contact my kids, but I cannot have any communication with her.
Okay. And do you know where Ms. Cortina lives right now?
Yes, I do.
Right. And have you ever shown up to her house unannounced?
Yes.
All right. Do you believe it would be in the best interest of the children that her address be disclosed in this case? All right.
To be honest, it's just I'm just worried about the kids, you know.
Okay. So if you couldn't go to her house to do pickup and drop off, where would you like to do pickup and drop off for your children?
Meet up that we can meet up, or like somewhere public, or where they can also get picked up from my house.
Okay. Is there any public place that you could propose to this court that you would feel comfortable doing pickup and drop off, not at your house?
I'll let her decide.
Okay.
So, like any location.
Okay. So just to close this out, you're asking that the court appoint you as a co-parent with Ms. Cortina, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
That you also be able to see your children outside of the facility, is that correct?
Yeah, that's what I want.
Okay. I have nothing further, Your Honor. I pass the witness.
All right, Ms. Cortina, do you have any questions of Mr. Mijares?
No, sir.
And what do you think about his idea of exchanging the children at a public place?
That would work.
And do you have any particular place in mind? McDonald's, Chuck E. Cheese, a park?
McDonald's will be fine.
Which one?
North Main.
A McDonald's on North Main.
Yes.
Okay. Is that agreeable with you, Mr. Mijares?
Yes, sir.
All right, Ms. Jeffries, you want to make that part of the agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, the McDonald's on North Main doesn't have any facilities for the children to play. Is there, Miss Mijares? I mean, Miss Cortina?
There's a Chuck E. Cheese that's there. No, not a Chuck E. Cheese. Where's it? Where? At the McDonald's, there's a play area, my sister said.
It's closed because of COVID. They can't play there. They don't even have dine-in.
Or what about the Walmart? Where's that Walmart at? Where the Chuck E. Cheese is in Burlington. Where's that?
Where is the Chuck E. Cheese?
45
It's
and,
closer to Cross timbers?
45 and
Yes.
cross timbers.
Yes, sir.
Is that agreeable?
Yes.
That agreeable with you, Mr. Mijares?
The Chuck E. Cheese, yeah.
At some point, you have a child that's about a year and a half old, right?
Yes.
Okay. Would you be willing, Miss Cortina, to supervise the visitations there at Chuck E. Cheese for a while? That's out in the public. And
Your Honor, I'm just gonna object to that because restraining order. That would be a violation for Mr. Mijares, so I
Um,
can
well,
supervise.
well, once the order is lifted,
I'm able to take care of that in my court. Well, I really have to speak to my lawyer about that. But I mean, if even if you're able to do that, as far as right now, I don't want to violate that. So if it's possible, like a third party, like could be there, while I can see the kids for a couple hours at least, and then they go back with their mom. As far as so I can get that situated with my kids going on, because I don't really know. They told me what I could be facing, but I don't. As far as the restrictions, I don't know.
Miss Cortina, do you get along with his mother?
Yes.
Do you think that might be a good place for him to visit with a
Um,
mother supervising for a period of time?
uh, uh, yeah, that'll be fine. I'll just ask my sister or my brother-in-law to go with me just to be on the safe side.
Yeah, because you're just going to drop him off. He's not going to be there. You drop him off, and then he can
Okay, that,
show up
that would
and.
work.
Uh,
What time is it?
125.
Only.
I don't know.
Mm.
I've been on the phone since 8 in the morning.
Anything further, Miss Jeffries?
I know, Your Honor.
So, Miss Cortina, if he knows, if you move and he knows where you live, is he likely to cause you or your children any harassment or abuse or serious harm or injury?
I won't.
I hope not.
Well, I mean, what do you think?
Well, like I
Yeah,
said, the problem is him getting intoxicated. So him intoxicated, he'll show up, if he finds out. But I will not, I would not tell him or his mother where I stay, just for my safety.
all right, the court finds it's the best interest of the children for the mother to be appointed sole managing conservator. Father is appointed possessor conservator with modified possession and access for a period of 8 times each phase, with the paternal grandmother supervising and pickup and delivery at the paternal grandmother's residence. After the modified periods are completed, then a standard possession order. Father's ordered not to have alcohol or illegal drugs 12 hours before or during visitation periods. Non-disclosure is granted. All other stipulations are approved.
Your Honor, just the issue of the family violence finding. Did you issue a family violence finding in this case, sir?
No.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you.
As Ms. Cortina, Ms. Cortina, you can hang up. We'll draft your order in that other Zoom. So you will need to log into the other Zoom right quick and draft it for you.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, this is call number 2021-05812 in the interest of Liz Denny and Lindsay Turcios. All parties and witnesses, please raise your right hands to be sworn and unmute yourselves.
Por favor, prendan su micrófono y la cámara, por favor, señor Rafael Urias. Este es el caso 2021-05812, el interés de Liz Denny y Lindsay Rafael Turcios. Por favor, levanten la mano derecha.
You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
¿Juran decir la verdad, toda la verdad delante de Dios? Sí. Yes.
All right. Ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the children.
Señora, ¿cuál es su nombre y cuál es la relación de usted y los niños?
Okay, what could that noise be, Mr. Barrera?
That is in the non-custodial parents background.
Señor,
Señor Urias, no se puede oír. ¿Dónde estás? Well, if he unmutes himself and that noise is there, I'm not going to be able to hear him. He needs to move from wherever he is.
Es que, señor, no se puede oír por el ruido de atrás. ¿Se puede ir a un lugar donde no hay ruido? Su micrófono está apagado, señor.
Ahí ya está encendido, ¿verdad?
Todavía está.
Aquí sí ya escucha, ¿verdad?
Can you hear me better now?
Yes, es mejor, sí.
Sí, es mejor.
All right, Miss Turcios, please. I'm sorry, Miss Blanco, please state your name and your relationship to the children.
Señora Blanco Turcios, ¿cuál es su nombre y la relación de usted a los niños?
Sí, yo soy la mamá de las niñas. Mi nombre es Haidri Yanira Turcios Blanco.
Yes, I am the mother. My name is Haidri Yanira Turcios Blanco.
All right, sir, your name and your relationship to the children.
Señor, ¿cuál es el nombre de usted y la relación de usted a las niñas?
Mi nombre es Leobardo Rafael Urias. Soy el padre de las niñas.
My name is Leobardo Rafael Urias, and I am the father of the children.
And representing the state?
Angela Jeffries for the Office of the Attorney General. Your Honor.
Y para el Estado, la abogada Angela Jeffries.
And we have a petition to establish parent-child relationship. We're having a hearing. Is that correct, Ms. Jeffries?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Estamos aquí en una petición para establecer la relación entre padre e hijo. Es correcto.
Do we have any stipulations?
Yes, Your Honor, we do.
¿Tenemos un acuerdo en unas cosas? Sí, tenemos un acuerdo en unas cosas.
All right, what are the stipulations?
Yes, Your Honor, give me 1 second. I'm sorry. Your Honor, the parties have stipulated that the children's surnames shall remain the same.
Estamos estipulando que el apellido de las niñas se va a mantener igual.
The parties have also stipulated that the child support in this case shall be $455 beginning September 1st of 2021.
También están de acuerdo que la manutención mensual va a ser 455 por mes, empezando septiembre 1, 2021.
The parties have stipulated that the medical support, Your Honor, should be $135 beginning September 1st of 2021.
También están de acuerdo que la manutención médica va a ser 135, empezando el 1 de septiembre y cada mes en adelante.
The parties have also stipulated that the retroactive amount is $5,028.
También están de acuerdo que el atrasado va a ser $5,028.
And that the payout on that, Your Honor, should be $75 per month beginning September 1st of 2021.
Y el pago para pagar lo atrasado va a ser $75 por mes hasta que está pagado lo atrasado.
Parties have also stipulated that the custodial parent, Ms. Blanco, agrees to a geographical restriction to Harris and contiguous counties.
También están de acuerdo que la dirección de las niñas se va a mantener en el condado de Harris o un condado alrededor.
Is that the total sum of the stipulations?
Yes, Your Honor, that is a total stipulation.
All right, then. What, so far, Mr. Urias, is that your agreement?
Señor Urias, sobre lo que se acaba de mencionar, ¿usted está de acuerdo de esas cosas?
Sí, estoy de acuerdo, nomás que
No. ¿Sí o no?
sí.
Okay, señora, I'm sorry, Ms. Blanco Turrios Blanco, are you in agreement so far with those
Señora
matters read into the record?
Turcos Blancos, ¿usted está de acuerdo de las estipulaciones que acabamos de leer en el sistema?
Sí.
Yeah.
All right, and so now what are the issues, Ms. Jeffries?
Your Honor, the issues before the court, I show a conservatorship, visitation, non-disclosure, and court cost.
Lo que no estamos de acuerdo son conservadores, visitación, si la dirección debe que estar confidencial de la mamá y los gastos de corte.
All right, let's proceed.
Vamos a proceder.
Thank you. The state calls Ms. Blanco. Ms. Blanco, can you please state your full name for the record?
Señora Blanco, por favor, ¿puede decir su nombre completo?
Haidri Yanira Turcios Blanco.
Haidri Yanira Turcos Blanco.
All right, and Ms. Blanco, how many children do you have?
¿Y cuántos niños tiene usted, señora Blanco?
2.
2.
All right, and what are your 2 children's names, ma'am?
¿Y los nombres de las niñas, por favor?
Lisdeni Fernanda Rafael Turcios y Lindsay Skerlin Rafael Turcios.
Lisdeni Fernanda Rafael Turcios and Lindsay Skerlin Rafael Turcios.
All right, and how old are your 2 children, ma'am?
¿Y cuántos años tienen las niñas?
De 10 y 11 años.
10 and 11 years old.
Okay, and who is the father of your 2 children?
¿Quién es el papá de las niñas?
El señor que está ahí, el Leobardo Adelso Rafael Urias.
The person that's there on the video, Leobardo Rafael Urias.
All right, and how would you describe your relationship with Mr. Urias?
¿Y cómo puede describir la relación entre usted y el señor Urias?
Muy mala.
Very bad.
Okay, and why would you describe your relationship with him as very bad, ma'am?
¿Y por qué describe usted la relación entre ustedes dos que está muy mala?
Porque pues nunca hubo comprensión y pues no la ha habido. Nunca estamos de acuerdo en nada. Siempre ha sido un hombre irresponsable, borracho, y pues por eso no.
Comprehension, we've always been at odds and he's always been aggressive.
Okay. Ms. Blanco, do you think you could co-parent with Mr. Urias if the court would order it?
Señora Blanco, ¿usted piensa que usted puede hacer decisiones compartidas con el señor Urias si ordena eso la corte?
No sé, la verdad no sé, porque pues de las visitas
I'm really not
tendrían
sure.
que ser en frente de un oficial.
I believe they have to be supervised.
Okay. Who makes the day-to-day decisions regarding your two children?
¿Quién hace las decisiones sobre las niñas de día a día?
Siempre las he hecho yo, porque pues él nunca le ha importado.
I've always done the decisions because it doesn't take importance to him.
Okay. So do you believe that going forward, you should continue to make all the decisions regarding the children?
¿Usted piensa de hoy en adelante que usted debe que ser la que está ordenada para hacer las decisiones de sus niñas?
Siempre lo he hecho yo, porque siempre ha sido como que no ha estado, porque no se ha preocupado por las niñas nunca.
Because it doesn't look like he has concern for them.
Okay. And so do you believe it's in the best interest of the child that you be the parent making the decisions regarding these children?
¿Y usted piensa que es el mejor interés de las niñas que usted haga las decisiones?
Sí, claro, porque siempre lo he hecho solo yo.
Yes, surely, because I've always done the decisions.
Okay. And when was the last time Mr. Urias saw his two children?
¿Cuándo fue la última vez que el señor Urias vio a las dos niñas?
El día que se fue, diciembre 14 del 2019.
The date that he left, December 14, 2019.
Okay. And prior to December 14th of 2019, were you guys residing in the same household?
Y anterior de esa fecha, de diciembre 14, 2019, ¿ustedes vivían en la misma residencia?
Sí, vivíamos juntos.
Yeah, we lived together.
Okay. And so are you testifying that since 2019, he has not visited with his two children?
¿Y usted está testificando que desde 2019 él no ha visto a las dos niñas?
Sí, correcto.
Yes, correct.
Okay. So what type of visitation do you think the court should order in this case, ma'am?
¿Qué tipo de visitación usted piensa que la corte debe que ordenar en este caso?
Una visitación que sea segura para las niñas, no tenga que estar un oficial.
A visitation that is safe for the children, that an official is there overlooking it.
Okay. Why does she think someone needs to watch the visitation between him and the children?
¿Por qué cree que alguien debe que estar supervisando las visitaciones sobre las niñas?
Porque él es un hombre que siempre anda borracho y siempre ha sido muy irresponsable con las niñas. Él nunca se ha preocupado por ellas.
Because he is a man that usually drinks, he is irresponsible, and he's never worried for the children.
And since 2019, they've never spent the night with their dad by themselves?
Y desde 2019, las niñas han pasado la noche con él.
No, ni una vez. De hecho, nunca.
No, not one time, and actually never.
Okay. And he's never visited with them by himself at any time since 2019?
Y desde el 2019, él no ha visitado a las niñas de esa fecha con ellas, ¿correcto?
Sí, correcto.
Yes, correct.
Now, does Mr. Urias know where you live at, Ms. Blanco?
¿El señor Urias sabe dónde vive usted?
No.
No.
Does she believe Mr. Urias having her address will cause her harm or harassment?
¿Usted piensa si el señor Urias tiene su dirección, le puede causar daño o molestación a usted?
Sí, creo que sí me causaría algún problema si él lo tendría.
I believe it would cause me a problem if he would have my address.
Okay. Has he ever shown up to her house since 2019 unannounced?
Desde 2019, ¿él se ha aparecido en su casa sin invitación?
No.
No.
But you still believe that based on past incidents with him, your address should not be disclosed?
Pero usted piensa por los incidentes que han pasado en el pasado que la dirección de usted no debe que ser disponible en la orden.
Sí, así es.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
What
And the last-
incidences? What incidences? Ms. Jeffries,
Sure.
you're
¿Qué
things
incidentes?
that are not in the evidence. You're assuming matters that are not into evidence.
My apologies, Your Honor. Ms. Blanco, what incidents in the past have you had with Mr. Urias that the court should know about?
¿Qué incidentes en el pasado usted piensa que la corte debe que saber que él ha hecho?
Que me golpeaba, que me amenazaba a muerte,
He would beat me. He would threaten my life.
So in the last 2 years, has there been any issue of family violence between you and Mr. Urias?
En los últimos 2 años, ¿ha habido violencia doméstica entre ustedes dos?
antes que él se fuera del 14 de diciembre, sí.
Before he left, the 14th of December, yes.
And that was in the year of 2019, correct?
Y ese fue en el año 2019, ¿correcto?
Sí, correcto.
Yes, correct.
And were the police called from that incident, ma'am?
We don't know what incident she's talking about. What happened?
What happened on December 14th, Ms. Blanco?
¿Qué pasó en diciembre 14, señora Blanco?
Ese día tuvimos una discusión porque por lo mismo que siempre nos discutíamos y porque yo necesitaba un dinero porque una de mis niñas se enfermó y necesitaba llevarla con el médico.
Espere, señora, espere para traducir, espere.
Okay. That day that we were arguing regarding I was requesting money to take one of my child to the doctor. Okay, siga, señora.
Sí, eso pasó de que pues se hizo un problema porque pues él no quería que llevara a la niña a curar.
That was a problem because he didn't want me to take my child to go get care.
Okay. Was there any incident of family violence on that December 14th of 2019 date?
Y en esa fecha ocurrió un incidente de violencia doméstica entre usted.
No de gravedad, solo más que todo fue el pleito de no querer llevar a la niña al doctor.
Not to that gravity. There was an argument regarding not taking the child to the doctor.
Okay. And so she testified in the past that Mr. Urias beat her. When were those incidents, or when did she allege those incidents occurred?
Usted testificó que el señor Urias la golpeó. ¿Cuándo pasó ese incidente que del golpe?
Todo fue en Guatemala. Aquí lo intentaba, pero yo le decía de que si me golpeaba, aquí lo iba a denunciar.
This happened
Más
in
que
Guatemala.
todo eso fue muchas veces en Guatemala.
It happened a lot of times in Guatemala. When we were here, I would, if he would beat me, I would tell him that I would call the cops.
Okay. And the last.
Okay, so he did not. When did you move from Guatemala?
¿Cuándo se movió usted de Guatemala para acá, señora?
Fue en ese mismo año. Llegué para acá en mayo del 2019.
That same year, we came over here in May of 2019.
And there's not been any family violence. He has not beat you since you've been here. Is that correct?
Y desde 2019 que se movió aquí en mayo, ¿él no la ha golpeado?
No, como me golpeaba ya, aquí solo una vez me tiraba al piso y una vez que me arrinconó a la pared.
No, he threw me to the floor, and one time he cornered me against the wall.
When they were in Guatemala, correct?
Cuando usted estaba en Guatemala, ¿correcto?
Sí.
Yes.
And how long ago was that?
¿Y hace cuántos años pasó eso?
Fue durante los años que vivimos juntos, que fueron 10 años y medio.
That was during the times we lived together, which was 10 years that we lived together.
And when was the last time?
¿Y cuándo fue la última vez que ocurrió algo?
Sí, parecido a eso, o eso fue, sí, en ese tiempo, o sea, de los 10 años y medio, y pues de ahí para para esta parte pues ya él se fue y ya no nos hemos visto.
Yes, it was during that time frame that we lived together during the 10 years. And after that, we haven't seen each other.
When was the last time?
¿Cuándo fue la última vez que ocurrió algo?
Sí, lo último que ocurrió fue de que me tiró al piso, pero la verdad no
¿Cuándo,
recuerdo la
señora?
fecha
¿Cuándo,
exacta.
señora?
No recuerdo la
¿Cuándo?
fecha, pero sí fue
¿Qué
como
año?
más o menos, fue en el 19 siempre.
I don't recall the exact time, but I believe it was in 2019.
Okay, go ahead, Ms. Jeffries.
Thank you, Your Honor. And so on December 14, 2019, were the police called?
En el diciembre 14, 2019, cuando ocurrió el último incidente aquí en los Estados Unidos, ¿se llamó a la policía o no?
No pasó eso, no lo hicimos.
It was
No,
just
hubo
an
reporte.
argument, Ms. Jeffries. It was just an argument.
Okay.
Nomás fue una discusión.
And who do you believe the court should bill court costs against Ms. Blanco?
Si mandan un bill de corte, ¿quién cree usted que debe que ser asignado el bill de corte, señora?
De corte, perdón, no entiendo esa pregunta.
I'm sorry, I don't understand the question.
If there's a cost associated with today, who do you believe that should pay those court costs, you or Mr. Urias?
Si la corte decide mandar un bill de corte, ¿usted quién cree que debe que pagar ese bill? ¿Usted o el señor Urias?
¿El señor Urias?
Mr. Urias.
I have nothing further for this witness, Your Honor. I pass the witness.
Ya no tengo preguntas para ese testigo. Paso al testigo.
Ms. Urias, you have any questions for Ms. Blanco Turcios?
Señor Urias, ¿usted tiene unas preguntas para la señora Turcios?
Sí,
Yes.
nomás lo mío es de que quiero quedar algún acuerdo con cómo voy a poder ver mis niñas. Sí,
Yes, I just want to come to an agreement on how am I going to see my children.
Objection, Your Honor. That's not a question.
I thought he was asking her, how is he going to be able to see his children? Okay.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Señor, ¿puede repetir su pregunta para la señora?
Sí, nomás lo que yo quiero saber que cómo voy a hacer para poder ver mis niñas.
How am I going to be able to see my children? Señora, ¿puede contestar la pregunta?
Ajá.
Señora.
Sí, pues como les estaba diciendo, o sea, tendría para mí, para la seguridad de las niñas, sabiendo cómo es él que frente a un policía.
Knowing how he is for the safety of my children in front of a police.
A policeman is not going to stand over watch him have visitation with your children.
Un policía no va a ser ahí para ver las visitaciones sobre las niñas.
Okay.
You don't think that you can supervise any visitations?
¿Usted no piensa que usted puede supervisar unas visitaciones?
Es que yo, por lo que ha pasado, ha sido un hombre violento y temo por la seguridad.
Because what has happened in the past and how he's a violent person, I fear for my safety.
Okay. Señor Urias.
Señor Urias, ¿tiene
some other questions?
¿Otra pregunta para la señora?
Ya que ella dice de que por la seguridad ella tiene un hermano que ella la puede acompañar con las niñas, y yo también tengo mi hermano que él me acompañaría a mí también para que mire que yo no llevo ninguna mala intención. Si antes peleábamos era porque vivíamos juntos, pero ahora ya no tengo nada que ver con ella.
Okay. For the safety that she's saying, she has a brother, and I also have a brother that can also go with me to show that I'm not going with ill intentions. Regarding the arguments that we used to have, that was when we were together, and we're not together no more.
So, Ms. Blanco, is there, you think that he could have visits with his children in a public location, a McDonald's or a Chuck E. Cheese or someplace like that?
Señora Turcios, ¿usted piensa que el señor Urias podría tener visitaciones con las niñas en un lugar público como un McDonald's o un Chuck E. Cheese?
Sí. Igual las niñas me han dicho que ellas no lo quieren ver, entonces yo no sé si les puedo obligar a algo así, porque ellas siempre me han dicho que no quieren.
Well, yes, and also my children have also said that they don't want to see him. So I don't know if I can obligate them to go.
So your children tell you what to do, Miss Blanco?
Señora Blanco, ¿las niñas de usted le dicen a usted qué debe que hacer?
No.
Okay. Can you suggest some place, a public place where there could be some visitation?
¿Usted puede sugerir un lugar público donde deben que ser las visitaciones?
Sí.
Yes.
Where?
¿Dónde, señora?
Está bien en un McDonald's o algo así.
It's okay in a McDonald's or something like that.
Which one?
¿A cuál localización, señora?
Sí. No tengo un número en mente, no le podría decir.
I don't have a number in place, or I can't say right now.
I don't either, so somebody has to tell me where.
Yo tampoco puedo decidir ahorita. Alguien me tiene que decir en un lugar.
Mr. Urias, do you know any McDonald's where you might be able to visit with the children, where there's a playground or something where the children can be doing things?
Señor Urias, ¿usted sabe un restaurante o un McDonald's donde se puedan encontrar para que usted tenga las visitaciones ahí, donde haya algo que como para las niñas puedan jugar o algo así?
Para mí sería perfecto un McDonald's, pero yo solo conozco un McDonald's que está aquí nada más, aquí en Crosby.
I would suggest the McDonald's. The McDonald's that I know is here in Crosby.
Ms. Blanco, do you live in Crosby?
Señora Blanco, ¿usted vive en la ciudad de Crosby?
Sí podría. ¿Está bien?
Yes, I could. That's fine.
Okay, what location is that McDonald's, Mr. Urias?
¿Qué localización está el McDonald's, señor Urias?
El McDonald's está ya para llegar a Walmart. En el 2100. Ella tiene que conocer. Su hermano conoce dónde está McDonald's, a la esquina de la luz.
And I have one located off of FM 2100, 13770, FM -2100, Crosby, Texas, 77532.
¿Ese es el lugar, señor?
Señor, el lugar
Por la FM 2100.
Sí. Para no tener pierde, mejor yo hablaría con el hermano de ella. Y el hermano de ella que le diga dónde es. No sé si con él iría. Con él iría para que no haya.
It's on the 2100, but I will contact his brother because he knows where it's at.
Oh, okay. Is that agreeable with you, Ms. Turcios, Ms. Blanco?
Señora Blanco Turcio, ¿usted está de acuerdo con ese lugar?
Sí.
Yes.
And you would be there to supervise the visitation, Ms. Blanco?
¿Y usted estaría ahí para supervisar las visitaciones, señora Blanco?
Sí.
Yes.
And Mr. Urias, you work on the weekends?
Señor Urias, ¿usted trabaja los fines de semana?
No, los domingos sí trabajo nomás mediodía. Y los sábados no trabajo.
No, I don't work on Saturdays. Sometimes maybe on Sundays, but on Saturdays I'm off.
Uh, Mr. Urias, you have any other questions of Ms. Blanco?
Señor Urias, ¿usted tiene preguntas para la señora Blanco? ¿Otras preguntas?
No. Como le digo, yo no quiero problemas con ella, nada que ver. Yo lo único que quiero es ver mis niñas.
Do you have any other questions for her,
No,
sir?
No, I don't have no other questions. I just wanted to
All
be
right.
in trouble with her. No other questions.
All right. Anything further, Ms. Jeffries?
Your Honor, I didn't call Mr. Urias regarding conservatorship,
All right.
non-disclosure.
That's fine.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state calls Leobardo Urias.
Señor Urias, lo estamos llamando de testigo.
Mr. Urias, how many children do you have, sir?
I'm sorry, Ms. Jeffries, I didn't hear the question.
How many children does he have?
¿Cuántos niños tiene usted, señor Urias?
2.
2.
All right. And what are his 2 children's names?
¿Y cuáles son los nombres de sus hijos?
Lisdeni Fernanda, Rafael Blanco.
Lesdeni Fernanda Rafael Blanco. ¿Y la otra niña?
Es Lindsay Sperling Rafael Blanco.
Lindsay Skerlin Rafael Blanco.
Okay. And how would you describe your relationship with Ms. Blanco, Mr. Urias?
¿Y cómo puede reescribir las relaciones entre usted y la señora Blanco?
Pues me parece que, como le digo, lo más lo que yo quiero es tener una relación con mis niñas y ella que ni meterse ella conmigo ni yo con ella en otras cosas.
Like I was saying before, I just want to have a relationship with my children. I don't want to get in her business or she get in mine.
Objection, Your Honor, not responsive.
And
No es la contestación de la pregunta.
listen to the question, Mr. Urias.
Por favor, oiga la pregunta y responda a la pregunta.
Mr. Urias, how would you describe your relationship with Ms. Blanco?
¿Cómo describía usted la relación entre usted y señora Blanco?
Me parece bien.
I believe it's fine.
Okay. And when was the last time you spoke to Ms. Blanco regarding your children?
¿Cuándo fue la última vez que usted habló con la señora Blanco sobre los niños, las niñas?
No he hablado con ella, oiga, solo mensajes antes, pero ya tiene más de un año.
Only text messages.
All right. But when was the last time you text messaged her?
¿Cuándo fue la última vez que le mandó un mensaje?
Fue como en noviembre del año pasado.
Probably November of last year.
And when was the last time you spoke to your 2 children?
¿Y cuándo fue la última vez que usted habló con las niñas?
Desde el 14 de diciembre del 2019.
Since December 14, 2019.
Okay. And if the court would order you and Ms. Blanco to co-parent, do you think you could co-parent with her?
Y si la corte ordena que los dos van a hacer decisiones compartidas, ¿usted piensa que usted puede hacer decisiones compartidas con ella?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. And so based on that, you're asking the court to order that you and her co-parent together regarding these 2 children, sir?
Y basado en su contestación, ¿usted está pidiendo a la corte que ordene que hagan ustedes decisiones compartidas? ¿Es correcto?
Decisiones compartidas como que es, perdón.
What do you mean co-parenting, making decisions together? What do you mean by that?
If they should go to the doctor, who's their primary care physician? What school do they go to?
Si deben que ir al doctor, si deben ¿cuál va a ser el doctor principal de las niñas? Si qué tipo de educación deben que tener.
Ok. No, pues como ella dice que ella se compromete a cuidar las niñas y todo, pues ella que decida. Yo para eso voy a estar dando los 135, me dijo, ¿verdad?
Well, regarding the decisions of her, like regarding the doctor, she's been doing the decisions. She could do them, and I'm gonna pay the 135.
Okay. And do you know where Miss Blanco lives right now, Miss Urias?
¿Usted sabe dónde vive la señora Blanco a este tiempo?
No, la verdad no. No me ha interesado.
The truth, no, I'm not interested.
Okay. And since 2019, have you ever shown up to her house unannounced?
Y desde la fecha 2019, ¿usted ha aparecido a su casa sin invitación?
No, ni conozco.
No, I don't even know where she.
Okay. Do you believe the court should order that her address be disclosed in this order, sir?
¿Usted, ¿Usted piensa que la dirección de ella debe que estar disponible en esta orden o no?
La decisión de ella.
Her decision?
No, let me repeat myself. Do you believe her address should be disclosed in the order or to you?
¿Usted piensa que la dirección de la mamá, la dirección física donde vive ella, debe que ser disponible en esta orden y para usted?
No, para mí no. No
No,
quiero problemas.
I don't need, for me, no, I don't want no problems.
All right. And you've already agreed that you would be okay doing supervised visitation in this case?
Y usted ya había mencionado que está de acuerdo a hacer visitaciones supervisadas en este caso, ¿es correcto?
Sí.
Yes.
All right. And are you okay with the court always imposing supervised visitation in this case?
¿Y usted está de acuerdo que las visitaciones sean en este caso hasta que ellas cumplan los 18 en este caso?
Sí.
Yes.
Mientras yo viva, así será.
Since I'm alive, that's what I request.
All right. And if court costs should be billed in this case, who do you believe should pay them, you or Ms. Blanco?
Y si la corte ordena biles de la corte, ¿quién piensa usted que debe que pagar los biles de corte? ¿Usted o la señora Blanco?
Pues me imagino que entre los dos.
Well, I believe it should be between both of us.
I have nothing further for this witness. I pass the witness, Your Honor.
Ya no tengo preguntas para su testigo. Paso al testigo.
Blanco, do you have any questions of Mr. Urias?
Señora Blanco, ¿usted tiene preguntas para el señor Urias?
No.
No.
Anything further, Ms. Jeffries?
No, Your Honor.
Ya no hay nada. Adelante.
What is the court cost date?
The court cost date October 9th of 2021.
October 9th?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, court finds these orders in the best interest of the children. The mother's appointed sole managing conservator. Let's take it one step at a time. Okay.
La corte ordena que los conservadores gerentes va a ser solamente para mamá.
Father's appointed possessor conservator.
El papá va a ser el conservador con posesión.
With possession and access on the first, third, and fifth Saturdays of each month.
Con las visitaciones que sean el primero, tercero y quinto sábado de cada mes.
From 10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
De 10 en la mañana a 1 de la tarde.
At the McDonald's designated.
En el McDonald's que se continuó de acuerdo los dos en Crosby.
Father is ordered not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs 12 hours before or during the visitation periods.
El papá está ordenado no consumir alcohol o drogas 12 horas antes de la visitación o durante la visitación.
Mothers to supervise the visitation, mother or other competent adult.
La mamá va a ser responsable para hacer la visitación o un adulto que ella pueda hacer la visitación, la supervisión.
Non-disclosure is granted.
La dirección de la mamá va a ser confidencial.
Father is ordered to pay court costs as billed not later than October 9th, 2021.
El bill de corte está otorgado al señor antes del octubre 9, 2021.
All other stipulations are approved.
Todos los otros acuerdos están aprobados.
Anything further, Ms. Jeffries?
Just to confirm, it's only supervised visits first, third, and fifth Saturdays, correct? From 10 to 1?
Correct, correct.
Thank you, Your Honor. Nothing else.
A confirmar, las visitaciones son nomás el primero, tercero y quinto sábado de cada mes, supervisadas de 10 a 1. ¿Correcto? Sí.
All right.
Maybe be excused, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Señor Urias y señora Blanca.